Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So, XCOM, Chimera Squad, Agent Profile, Verge. We did somewhat this for XCOM 2, which every trailer they gave us, we a little bit of a rundown, talk a little bit about it. That was mostly the birth of the trailer talk series on this channel, and we're gonna do for Chimera Squad because I'm excited for the game. Let's see what we have here.
Reclamation Agency Field Evaluation. Call sign, Verge. Specialty, Envoy.
Have a sectoid watching my back. It's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that yet, but fuck, let's go.
25 years ago, Verge was among Earth's earliest invaders. His preferred weapon was the human mind. But this intimate knowledge had a side effect: empathy. He began to aid the resistance. The sectoid invader became humanity's shadow guardian and an eager recruit for Chimera Squad.
That's interesting. Let's see if there's anything else. No. It's just a... It's very, very little.
Reclamation Agency Field Evaluation.
So, okay. We have a sectoid, and probably he's gonna be able to use basic psionics, like mind merge, stuff from the basic sectoid. I think nothing big. It's gonna be interesting to know which, since we have the turn order now being a thing, we're gonna have between agents and the enemies. It's gonna be interesting to see how the sector, how he can affect with mind merge or with other abilities. But I want to know more about the lore, and sadly, we were talking about XCOM, and they not very good on sharing the lore. It's sad that they didn't put any like gameplay bits of him so we can get a feel of his abilities, but like I said before, we're really close to release of the game. So any new thing I think would spoil it too much. The other thing, he has field enemy manipulation, so as we heard a little bit before, we're gonna have like manipulation not only on the turn order, but from placement, similar from what we had with the Templar, which again, it's a very quite interesting question about the lore. One interesting thing that I saw here, it's XCOM here. It's the XCOM branch that we have on her on her shirt, so we don't know if there's anything. Of course, this seems to be during the war. And the fact that he's, I don't know about aiding resistance and how they gonna explain this thing, because I can see from some of the aliens, but I think sectoids did have a more psionic link with the elders and stuff like that. But maybe since we broke the psionic link during the Avatar fight, they got free? Maybe? His weapon showed to be not the new one. We are seeing, I think, more old one style of weapon. It's not the new one than we saw on the trailer. Not only because we have a magazine here, so it does point it out to be a more ballistic style weapon. His uniform is, I think, similar, so that may be something different. Still, the biggest thing that I want to know here is where we are. Not as the leader of the Chimera or whoever we're gonna play, but where XCOM itself. What is XCOM part on this new world government that we have here? I'm kind of sad that I know that we're not gonna have those answers. This is like or not a spin-off game. It's not a big like the next thing. Maybe they are paving the way from XCOM 3. Still, that would not be the way that I would hold XCOM 3. I would hold it in a different way, a more similar way to not Paradox, to Praxis, the way they handle civilization or stuff like that. Maybe do a video about it. Maybe, I don't know. But here we go. XCOM Chimera Squad. Verge or sectoid friend. He's a envoy, whatever that means. Let's see what he can do, and let's see what we, the commander? I don't think we are the commander here, can do. It would be very interesting if they put that in the game, and then you're, since you were the commander of XCOM, you're now leading this small unit. I highly doubt it, but I still want to know. That's my major question here. What happened to XCOM as an organization? Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for now. See you on the next profile. Let's see how many profiles we're gonna have until release. Well, we have all the profiles, I think. Blueblood, it's gonna be the next one, and we're gonna look.
Reclamation Agency Field Evaluation. Call sign, Blueblood. Specialty, Gunslinger. Blueblood grew up in the family business, and in the shadow of the invaders. The aliens stole as much from him as they stole from the rest of us. But Blueblood clung to the one thing they couldn't take. Hope. It may have been lost to many, but fortunately, he had enough to share.
Interesting. I think those are very short. I hope that we end up discovering more. But we know he's a gunslinger. He's like a sharpshooter, but he's a gunslinger style. That is something that I found interesting. So maybe a lot of the abilities that we had during the XCOM days will carry over. And an interesting thing, as you can see here on his, he does have an XCOM patch. So maybe we're gonna have a like some XCOM veterans. They are, because well, we know resistance was a thing. We know we had the normal factions. XCOM was something different from that. We are different from the main resistance body. We are different from. To be honest, I think XCOM itself was one of the resistance factions. While we have the main body of resistance, the Ravens and stuff like that, we had the Templars, we had the Reapers, we have the Skirmishers, and we as XCOM were a different, whole different beast. This kind of goes about by the fact that he's a gunslinger and he does have this quote-unquote special training than we as members of XCOM had. So let's go for the next profile. Okay, here we go. Agent profile, Godmother. I hope I remember to edit a lot of my mistakes up. Probably not, because, well, I prefer to let those up. Let's see.
Reclamation Agency Field Evaluation. Call sign, Godmother. Specialty, Ranger. Godmother has always seen herself as a teacher, not a leader. Leaders surrendered early in the invasion. She hasn't trusted them since. Which is fine. When you've built up as much expertise as she has, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Interesting thing. So, again, she does carry XCOM abilities, Ranger, so probably... Oh god, it's so long ago since I played with the basic classes that I don't remember. It's Fenton? I don't remember the skill tree. There was a stealth. But yeah, so she's more that, again, even if she doesn't have like any XCOM badge or something like that. And here, I don't know, we are seeing a more like, that's the thing. And for me, a little bit more problematic stuff right now to piece the quote-unquote timeline. The clothing indicates post XCOM, like post war, but it's not post XCOM 2 war. Let's call Liberation War, but it's saying almost like it was during. Another interesting fact is we have this new organization, the Reclamation Agency. I still want to know, because in some ways, here. It does, but it doesn't have the XCOM feeling for the badge. Because, let me say, we have the X here on the back, but each and every one of the times, and we have the XCOM symbol being used to represent another faction, being the mechanic faction or the genetic engineer branch of XCOM. During XCOM 1, the X was in the front and we had like a little bit of modification. Here we don't have the X. It's put on behind, outside of the badge. So I don't know, maybe we're gonna have something. Okay, let's go for the next one. We have Terminal. Not all the agents, we still have them a couple, then we don't know about it, but let's go for it.
Reclamation Agency Field Evaluation. Call sign, Terminal. Specialty, Medic. After the invasion...
Interesting, here we have a interesting point. Let me go back. Specialist, right? Gremlin, the original use of Gremlin was not Medic. That is different because I may be looking too much into this, but remember that we had Sharpshooter, I think. I'm gonna look back up, and if there wasn't, I'm sorry. If there was, yes. But here we have Medic. Medic is not something that we have on XCOM units. And not only that, but she is newer by what I'm seeing. Let's restart the thing because I started talking before.
Call sign, Terminal. Specialty, Medic. After the invasion 25 years ago, Terminal's life was defined by loss, until she decided to redefine it. And keep redefining it, regardless of personal danger, right to Chimera Squad's doorstep.
Okay, again, not much. Really not much, but yeah. It's to stand that she would be resistance. That's interesting. So that may point it out to, yes, there is the war veterans, then follow, for example, even the resistance, ravens and stuff like that. They end up following the more military doctrine of XCOM with classes like the ranger, with the classes like the sharpshooter. But for people outside, the more newer people, we had now a more standard military training, not a spec ops. I may be wrong. I'm probably wrong about that because XCOM 1 was support, not medic, but maybe that's what they are going. Remember when I said on the first video about it? Then the training that we seen on the Agents of Chimera Squad is very much similar to XCOM 1, and if that is the case, I may be looking too much into stuff, and I probably am, but they are symbolizing a more standard training instead of an spec ops training. Another interesting stuff, her equipment here does show to be a little bit more similar to the standard issue, start issue XCOM equipment. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that was all the character profiles they showed us. Gonna give a quick look. If not, if that is all, see you later next one. If not, we're gonna be next with the next agent profile. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was the video. If you enjoyed, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you have anything to say, please leave a comment. And if you want to see what the hell is gonna be coming next on this mess, subscribe. And see you guys on the next episode.